Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Whiskey Dictionary. Give me 20 seconds. Holy crap, I'm a jerk. I just realized everything... You know how, like, I always say I shouldn't fiddle with stuff right before the stream? Guess what I did? Oh, I'm the worst. I think it autofocused on my microphone. I'm sorry. Very professional here. Oh, that was probably terrible. Alright, cool. Thanks. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. Let's try that again. Hi, everybody. Off to a good start. Boy. And you know, like, I always have these problems before I'm even drinking. So, hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Cheers to you. I'm drinking beer. Welcome to all of you that were in here early, just kind of chatting with each other. Yeah, I know. I focused. I know. Thank you for the warning, though. I appreciate it. Thank you for all you guys that were in here a little early. Start out with hard music and then enter like Mr. Rogers. Oh, I know. I will turn that music down next time. Boy, let's try again. Tonight, it is the Wheel of Doom, or Wheel of Whiskey. Still depends on the night. But I have something new for you guys. Hey, Scotch Test Dummies. What's going on, guys? Whiskey Central, nice to see you. Richie Z, Brothers of the Dram, just Emily, Mark, all of the normal people here. It's great to see you. So, I have something new for you guys. But first, I just want to do one quick thing. Just say hi to, or thank you to James Cochran for upping his pledge on Patreon. So, I wanted to do something new this week for the Wheel of Doom. Because oftentimes, when we're looking at this, it could just be anything. And I love that. I love that it's totally random. I love that I have no idea what's coming up here. But I think it'd be cool if you guys had some idea what was on the table. So tonight, before I pick my first one, I'm going to do this little guy right here. So I listed out all of the different whiskeys that I have on the table. Yes, your name is right this time, Steve. I actually double-checked it, like triple-checked it. So I listed out all the different whiskeys that are on here, and as ones get removed or get added, I'll update this list here. A whole lot of Scotch on here, which I'm not totally surprised to see, but I didn't quite realize it was that much more than normal. Anyway, so I'm going to pick out my first whiskey for the night, and it's going to be, I got the other camera set up too, just so you guys can see the magic. This guy right here, what are you? Ah, okay. All right, so this is one that I've had on the stream before. I have to remember to switch my camera back. This is the Penderyn single malt Welsh Madeira finished whiskey. It's about half gone, so I'm going to pour out the other half here. This is a great one to start off the night with because it's pretty easy to sip. A little light. It'll be a good way to start. Whiskey tickets, not just an affliction. I like that. Which Stag Junior? Guessing it's still... Yes, Steve, it is yours. Oh boy, do I love the smell of this one. Penderyn is great. I haven't tried all of their expressions, but I think I've tried 3 or 4 of them, and I liked them all. I wouldn't say that they're anything like magical, but they're certainly good. So, and Welsh whiskey sounds fun to me. Good stuff. So I have all kinds of fun news to talk to you guys about. But first I'm going to have a sip. This first cheers is going to be to my brother there, Wheels, for, I'm glad that you were safe. I'm glad everything worked out. And honestly, I'm glad you're not drinking with us tonight. I think you're making the right call. So cheers to you, and maybe cheers me with some water. I think I need to buy a bottle of this. I'd like to explore some more diverse whiskeys. I've actually been finding myself wanting to buy Scotch a little bit more. Just, saw Scott's ears perk up a little bit, but I've been feeling like I want to buy some more Scotches lately. I have a lot of bourbons. Bourbons are super popular, and they're always get good views. But I want to review some more Scotches. And looking at this list, just throw that up again real quick for you guys to check this out. There's a lot of really good Scotches on here, and I owe most of those to Matt. So thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. All the Glen Farkless there. I'm pretty sure, 99% sure those are you. and just, I don't know, there's lots of good stuff. I've found, and I'd be interested what you think about this, Scott. I find that 18-year is the sweet spot for Scotch. I will has all the bourbon. Yes, I'm sure you will. So anyway, I find that 18 years is a good, like, between price and quality, like 18, you know, like 12s are fine if you want to try it, but get the 18s. Hey, Matt. So some, I would say 21 to 25 for you. Yeah, but I guess my only issue there is that when you start going up that high, the price often is pricing a lot of people out. I mean, I certainly would not argue with you about your opinion about Scotch because you are far more educated than I, but maybe I'll just have to start buying 21-year-old Scotch. I guess that would be fine. All right, Jason, talk to me about that. Talk to me about some of these what'd you say, 18-year-olds or 12-year-olds that beat their 18 counterparts. I'd like to hear some options because I may very well be going shopping pretty soon. So while I've got probably, a good chunk of the audience that I'll have between the reviews and the current views, I am going to be switching my live streaming day, and I'm going to be switching to Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to settle in right between, oh my gosh, I'm blanking, Julia and the Crusaders. So Julia, I believe, goes from 8 to 9, and then I'll go from 9 to 10, and then the Crusaders go on at 10. So I think you're going to have a really solid Monday. I'm also going to change up a little bit of the format of the show, at least on the ones that aren't going to be like, hangouts with YouTubers or interview style things, but things like this, where, I've kind of got some talking to do and some things to talk to you guys about. So the format's going to be different. I've got a little bit of time to work on it, but for the most part, I'm planning on streaming like this upcoming Monday, like 3 days from now. So you guys will get a little bit more dick in your life. Dang, I barely make the second half of Whiskey Crusaders on Mondays. Al, sorry, brother. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I'll do an occasional Patreon stream or something like that so that we can still hang out. All right, so that went away really fast, which I'm happy about because I also find that the sooner I get a dram away, the more fun these live streams get. So let's pick number 2. Wheel options. What's on the wheel tonight? Let's see. I'm checking out some of these answers. So, well, why don't I pick something and then we'll go over the answers. Let's pick. I really should have mixed these up more. I put all the big bottles on the outsides, and then I put all the small bottles on the inside. But like, I know there's some really good stuff in the big bottles. So usually I close my eyes. I'm just gonna close my eyes. And what are you? All right. So, this is gonna be a good one. We've got the Four Roses limited edition small batch 2017 barrel. Probably barrel select, 54%. Now this is what I want to go to. Yeah, I'm with you, Richie. There's a few of them on there that it's the first time I looked at any of them. Up until earlier today, I couldn't have told you anything that was on that table that I hadn't drank like half of and put back. I probably could have guessed a few of those, but I had no idea what was on there in any capacity. Now I have some idea, and there's a lot of ones that I've just never even heard of, like While We Wait. No, not While We Wait. That's the Rasse or Rasse. I don't know. There's one that's called like As It Comes to Us or something. What is it? As We Get It, maybe. Yeah, As We Get It. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds interesting. Yeah, it smells like a Four Roses, although it does smell a little bit different. A little bit oakier than normal. So Whiskey Central, I'm going to be switching my live stream day to Monday at 9 p.m. Okay, 2017 limited edition. So obviously you like this one, Matt, or you wouldn't have sent it to me. Thankfully, you're not a cruel individual like certain other people who threaten to send me a Johnny Walker Red frequently. Although never did it, so, you know. Let me try this one. What do I do with my mini empties? Reuse or recycle? I mean, I usually recycle them, but mostly because I don't usually send out whiskey of any sort. I've been thinking about it, and when I eventually get my YouTube Iron Root pick, I might send out some samples just as kind of a giveaway on the streams. Yeah, you do only send me good stuff, Matt, and I appreciate it. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, yeah, I just recycle them all. Would I prefer proper 12? Well, oh, that's good. Oh my God, that's good. Oh, I just love Four Roses, man. You know, any bourbon that I'm drinking that I love at the moment is immediately I just start thinking, is this like my new favorite whiskey that I'm ever going to have? Or new favorite bourbon. But this one is delicious. Oh my gosh, this is good. Whiskey Central is going to send me a Johnny Walker Red and Johnny Walker White. I like it. In the same bottle. Beautiful. Save the sample bottles. Happy to refill. Okay, I will do that then, Matt. And if you ever feel the need to or the interest of sending me some more stuff, Matt, let me know. I'll send you. I'll like buy some more empty bottles. You don't need to pick up that cost. That's silly, and I appreciate it. Hey, Chris. Oh, that's good. Hey, Scott. Does Bart ever come on like live streams to chat? I know that it like pretty much it's always been you that I've seen, but does he ever come on and just kind of chat in live streams? I don't think I've ever seen it. Negative. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, Shayla, don't frown on it, because, you know, certain people do that as a badge of honor. You had your very first live stream, and that was part of it, and you took it like a champ, and it was fantastic. How many subs are you up to now, Shayla? I'm curious. He's too tall to do a live stream chat. If I had a board game, maybe I will. Maybe I will. Johnny Walker Pink. One of these days, Bart will show up and yeah. All right, man, this is good. This is the one predicament that you get with the Wheel of Doom. I often don't want to finish these because they're so good. I kind of want to just sip them later, and sometimes that's the case. Often that's the case, that I have some extra whiskey and I go upstairs and I just drink it while watching stupid videos online. But almost at 180. Damn, Whiskey Central. Nice. So my video coming out on Sunday is actually, it's a video I just wanted to kind of make for a long time. It's actually been a Patreon goal for quite a while to do cocktails. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's a million cocktail channels on YouTube, and there doesn't have to be another one. You know, like there's some really good looking ones like How to Drink. You know, that's just fantastic. There's a few others, but the idea being that so the concept of, or sorry, the series, I guess if you want to call it, is Lazy Man Libations, because the idea is that I'm too lazy to make a complicated cocktail. So I'm gonna find random whiskey cocktails that are, you know, 2-3 ingredients, things that really don't take a whole lot of effort, and figure them out. You know, make them for like a month or so, and then myself, and then kind of figure out what I think tastes good. You know, if I have any adjustment to the normal recipe, which I'm sure occasionally I will, but probably not. More so, I want to try to find the best whiskey to have in that particular drink. So Sunday is just how to make a Manhattan. And it's super easy. It's like 3 ingredients, unless you have a cherry, then it's 4. But that's what Sunday's video is going to be. And I'll probably do some more of these. I already have one filmed on the Old Fashioned. I'm going to be doing Whiskey Sour or Gold Mine, I think is what it's called, or Gold Rush. A few others as well. And that'll be just kind of sprinkled in. It won't be common. But I'd like to do those occasionally and peeking behind the scenes a little bit. Sometimes it's nice to have a episode that I can pre-film and they're kind of timeless, so I can release it if I fall behind in my schedule, but we'll see. Offerman is on here actually, and I keep wanting, so let me tell you guys about a couple of the newer ones that are on here because it's killing me. So Mark Rays sent me a few. there was the Lagavulin Offerman edition. There's the Ardbeg Wee Beastie, which I have not yet tried, and I'm so psyched to. Nevada H&C Distilling Company Smoke Wagon, which he had mentioned he bought, and that was how the whole thing started. I told him I wanted to try it. The Sazerac, which I've never tried, and then the Ardbeg Black. Now, you guys know I'm a huge fan of Ardbeg, and both of those are on here, and I just want to like reach over and grab them. Oh, you can see my Highland Park 15 back here. Yeah, that one stays nice and close to me. It totally never gets opened at work. Never. Stuck at work for the next 10 hours. Have 1, 2, 3. Hell, have 10 for me. All right, well then I better get drinking. This is delicious. This is really, really good. Of course, this one's not one that you can get, I'm sure, anymore, but So, sorry, I was just catching up on the chat a little bit. One last quick thing with the Manhattans. So, something I did, which was, let me tell you, grueling. I made 10 different Manhattans, and I sampled them all out of 10 different ryes that I happen to have. Now, this isn't even counting the slight adulteration of the Manhattan that you make with bourbon, which that is often what I do. But I gotta tell you, man, the one that I chose, which people who have watched some of the previous streams will know, the one that I chose to do the video on was the best. It's 100 proof, and I loved it. I thought it was so good. So I feel pretty confident in this concept of I've got a crap ton of whiskey. Let me try a whole bunch of them in different cocktails and tell you guys which one you should do, at least in my opinion. So that's it. That's the idea. Anyway. So what are you guys all drinking tonight? I know that's always a fun question to see what you guys drink. I noticed that most of you are Scotch drinkers. And the ones that aren't drinking Scotch are usually drinking very high-end bourbons. Now, I guess it shouldn't be a huge surprise that a bunch of whiskey nerds are drinking really good whiskey, but I'm curious to see the results tonight to see if it's more Scotch or bourbon. So, let me pause myself, get another one. I am like cranking through these things. Well, I try to do one every 10 minutes, and I'm right on target. Dickhead cocktail reviews, I like it. I did think, and I'm totally open for other names. I kind of liked the idea of Lazy Man Libations just because it's alliterative, but most people aren't searching for the word libation either. So if you guys would like a different name of the series, I would totally be open to some ideas. All right, so let's go ahead and pick something else. So I've crossed off 2 of these for anybody tuning in late. I had the Penderyn Single Malt Welsh Madeira Finish. And then I had the Four Roses Limited Edition Small Batch 2017 Barrel Strength 54%. So let's pick. Can I just close my eyes and pick the Wee Beastie? Because I really want to. All right, I am closing my eyes. I know you guys can't see, but I might be edging towards the edge of the thing here. Let's see, what are you? Ah, it's not one of the big ones. Oh, well. Dick and Cocktails. How am I going to beat that, Scott? Do you think that would get demonetized? I wonder. Dick and Cocktails. You know, Scott, I really actually might go with that name. I think that's fantastic. My review will be up next Friday. It's interesting, but yeah. So, what are you reviewing, Shayla? Dick and Cocktails. Low end gets me. AB normal again. All right. So, sorry. So this is Old Forester Statesman Bourbon. Interesting. I know nothing about Statesman. I mean, Old Forester, obviously, I know about. I just reviewed it a couple days ago. But I don't know what makes the Statesman Bourbon anything special. Dick and Cocktails. Yeah, you know, Kilco, I had that in my head too. Dick Tails, woo! Let's see. The nose on this is not quite what I was expecting. Oh, that's weird. Oh, never mind. Okay, it's sorry. The garage is like right up there, but so is the laundry over there. So anyway, the gold. Oh, this is okay. That makes sense. Thank you. So this is the Kingsman. It's a marketing thing from the Kingsman movies. Scott, you amuse me as well. By the way, Scott, look for an email later tonight, probably right after the stream. I apologize for any terrible spelling that might happen after several drinks. There's actually there's a few people that should be looking for an email. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, it needed a minute, or like a second, I should say. But the more you knows that it's. I mean, honestly, it's classic bourbon notes. It's not terribly complex, but just the smell of bourbon in general is amazing. So it's... They say if you amuse yourself too much, you go blind. Funny thing, the whole concept behind that is that certain end results of that contains zinc, and zinc is linked to good eyesight. So that's why they tell you that you'll go blind. So funny thing. Obviously, like, it was just to make people stop doing it, but that has something to do with why that particular ailment was chosen. How's that for dancing around the topic? So anyway, let me try a sip of this. Cheers, guys. And gals. It's a little thin. Just a little thin. It's almost like a little licorice-y, actually. Some anise. Some anise in there. So, yeah, I don't know. This is okay. It feels almost like a slightly aged, more aged version of Old Forester. Can anybody do a... no, I'm not going to explain it, Gregor. But... Can anybody look up how old the statesman, the Old Forester statesman was? It doesn't say, I don't think. This is one of my really good whiskey company drams. You know, I might have to actually start buying myself advent calendars, although pretty much every year, pretty much every YouTuber, whiskey tuber gets an offer to review them or present them on our channel. So in the future, if you guys see me reviewing a advent calendar, I do say that I would probably not accept one from one that I didn't think was a good idea, but a good portion of it will be to fill up the rotating table here. No age statement, 95 proof. Okay, that's interesting. I almost wonder if they like heavily charred something, or like, because it tastes super woody, but it also tastes thin. So the no age statement makes some sense. I bet it's not very old, but somehow they really just drove the oak home. That's interesting. Well, if you don't, I'm just keeping it. Advent calendars is how I started down the whiskey path. Well, that's cool, Kilco. I actually think it's a great way for new whiskey drinkers to get to try a whole bunch of stuff. And in general, wait, I asked for it, but I could never get. Okay. In general, advent calendars are good. I actually really do believe that. I haven't personally bought one, but I also wasn't super into whiskey before I started the channel, so it's hard to say if I would personally buy one. But the ones I recommend are also like good, you know. I will be honest. I think the really good whiskey company didn't put out the best whiskeys this year, but the previous year they did. And so I guess I would almost be. I guess I was almost a little deceived with the ones that they put out this year. There was like, I want to say like 2 or 3 of them that were just like, this is nothing special. Why is this in an advent calendar? And they were not at the beginning. Like, I think Tullamore 14 was like almost at the end. And I just remember thinking, like, why is this here? So anyway, all right. So this one's okay. I probably won't finish this one on the stream just so I can kind of keep going. I only brought over 6 glasses, but I'm totally happy to go grab some more. It's funny, the morning after my live streams, my wife, she always is like, she'll usually wake up before me, and she's like, So I usually can tell what kind of day you're going to have on Saturday mornings by how many glasses are in the sink. Yeah. Same crap with Spirits Advent this past year too. Now, if you guys want to see a cool one, is Scott, for whatever reason, Scott got the in with like the crazy expensive rare whiskey Scotch Advent calendar. I forget what the name of it was, Scott. Maybe you can let me know. But man, like there was good stuff in there. If I'm remembering, maybe I'm wrong, but if I remember correctly, you got like the mother load with that one. The OF statements is around $49. Is it worth it? No. Unless you are a Kingsman fan and want it for a collector's item, this is not worth it. It's fine, but it's not worth $49, especially when like regular. DH Sylv, I did post on Discord. It's in my channel there. You can see it. Ugh, whatever. Lost Spirits, I think they went to jail now. That's great. So DH Sylv, how the heck did you miss it? Whatever. That was the Secret Spirit Advent. Not sure if they were if we're seeing one this year or not. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Smell is really good. Actually, the smell is almost deceiving on this one, because I think this is one of those rare whiskeys where the nose is better than the taste. But whatever. All right, I'm just going to kick this one back because the stream gets more fun the more I drink. Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that, Matt. It's tough. Like, I kind of feel bad for them. Like, there's a lot of rules. And if you don't have a good lawyer, you might not know them all. I don't know what they were doing. Like, if they were illegally selling, then, you know, I wonder under what context they were illegally selling. You know, if you're shipping out whiskey and you're just an idiot and didn't do your homework, it's not exactly malicious. You're just an idiot, you know? But if you're, like, meeting somebody in the alley and selling them bottles of Pappy, you know, like, that's a little different. All right, so let me clear the palate a little bit. Hey, Gerald. Yeah, I mean, if they clearly knew what they were doing, if they had marketing and everything, like, they must have had good lawyer. I don't know. They were across the border from Canada to Idaho and had a warehouse. Okay. That's interesting. They rated... This is... I must have read about this, but it just, you know, things don't always retain if they're not pertinent to me. All right, let's see what is next on the list. So for those of you playing at home or joining late, I've had the Penderin, which is a Welsh whiskey, Madeira cask finish. I've had Four Roses Limited Edition 2017. I dropped my thing. And I just finished the Old Forester Statesman. So next choice is going to be... By the way, how awesome is this new little screen? I slapped this thing together earlier today. I'm a big fan of this. I'm just going to move some of these around. And all right, cool. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. There we go. Now I feel like I can kind of pick some of these big guys. I'm sure that's super loud on the mic. I'm going to stop doing that. I just feel like all the big ones are right on the edge, and I'm not picking them because they're not really on, you know, whatever. So let's just pick this guy. I'm going to put that one back because I've picked that one like 3 times on the stream. All right. That was the Blood Oath Pack 2. As you guys know, I don't do that very often, but sometimes I... Oh, it's not loud. Okay, cool. Thank you. Let's pick this one. Okay, cool. All right, I'm actually excited because I don't know very much about this one. All right, so this is the St. Augustine Double Cask 16-month. I feel like kind of a jerk because I forget who gave this to me, but it was a 2-pack. And this was, you guys saw me open the other one last time. This came with like a little, not disclaimer, but this was kind of like a game, right? So this one was obviously the St. Augustine Double Cask, 16-month. I know nothing about this. Florida whiskey. Ooh, boy. Does it have like meth in it? Is that what makes it? I don't know. I guess there's no joke there, but does it have meth in it? I guess Florida is its own joke. Anyway, so whoever sent me this also sent me another bottle with like kind of a hidden message. It said like, hey, don't open this until after you've drank it because it's like blind tasting. You know, which part of me was like, oh, cool. It's probably going to say like, ha, you're poisoned. But I, you know, I had that on one of the previous streams. I don't even remember what was in it. All right, so Jason, Boozy Susie is giving you some interesting ones tonight. Not a joke, seriously. Oh, wait, what is this? All right, if you're asking a question, just ask it one more time. All right, so the green box behind me, this is one that I am very excited to review because it's delicious. This is the Paul John Classic, Classic Select Cask. I almost said single barrel. And I'm going to be reviewing that pretty soon. I just did a first tasting on my Patreon. For anybody who subscribes there, you would have gotten to see that. And let me tell you, that's a damn good whiskey. Also funny, I don't know how much it is. Oh, it's 40. Wait, what are you asking? Oh, for the Paul John. I don't remember, like 65, I think. Yeah, I think it was like 65. Oh, is there meth in it? So I was at the store the other day, and as I think I mentioned earlier in the stream, and I'm going to be putting this video out probably next weekend, so I'm not all that worried about it, bringing this one up. I'm going to be doing a concept somewhere along the lines of like terrible whiskeys. For those of you that joined in on the live stream with Shayla and Matt, I think we kind of toyed with the idea, and then I actually decided to make it a reality. And then I was kind of posting on Patreon. I was telling people like, hey, what are some terrible whiskeys that are well-known brands? And obviously Johnny Walker Red is in there. Proper 12 is in there. Black Velvet's in there. If you guys have any other suggestions, throw them in the chat. But the idea is that it has to be like really, really popular. Like think of like the worst whiskey that you can think of that like the old man down the street still buys, like Cutty Sark or J&B Rare. All right, so here we go. Will you call the series Rot Gut Dick? No, DH. But I was actually thinking about having Ed on the channel at some point soon. He's a good guy. I really liked meeting him over in Austin. But anyway, so I'm going to do kind of like the premises, you know, reviewing really terrible whiskeys all together and then doing a blind taste to see which one is the worst. That's kind of the idea. And I'll probably be, Canadian Mist. That was one that I was considering. I haven't done an actual review of that, whereas the other three I have. Okay, so I have one that I haven't been able to drink neat. The name says it all, of course. Which one, Kilco? I don't know. Whatever. Keep them going, and I'll check the chat later tonight to kind of get an idea. Wow, this thing is filled to the brim. Wow. All right, let's see. I'm going to pour this whole guy out, because why the hell not? Yeah, Canadian Mist is horrible. I might actually throw that one in there, because it'd be fun to have... well, I guess Black Velvet's a Canadian whiskey, too. Not a huge surprise that some of the worst whiskeys are Canadian. Just saying. Oh, boy. Does that... I don't know if that smells bad or if I'm just not getting it yet. Can anybody do a quick Google of St. Augustine Double Cask 16 month? I mean, I think that's part of it is 16 month. It smells young. It's sweet. It's like really sweet, like unaged corn sweet. But look at that color, though. That's not 16 months of anything. And it doesn't say it's finished, right? No. It's double cask. So maybe it just didn't specify. I don't know. Can anybody tell me anything about this? 16 years it clearly knows you. Awesome, DH. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'll try a sip of this, and I guess I'll kind of give like a blind review thing. But I definitely, if anybody figures anything out about this, let me know in the chat. I imagine he wouldn't send me anything that he didn't like. So. It's a little spicy, but not in the way like rye spice. Almost like Nah, I don't think I like this. Nah, I don't think I like this at all. Oh, I'm so sad about that. I didn't know I had anything bad on the wheel. Have you mixed Crown Royal salted caramel and Crown Royal apple? It tastes like a caramel apple. I recommend over ice. I don't know if you're messing with me, brother, or if you're being serious, but either way, I haven't done any flavored whiskeys on this channel at all. It gets 2.5 out of 5. Okay. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. I didn't know if I was missing something, but I don't know. I mean, it doesn't mean that. Thanks, David. Appreciate that. Thank you, Steve, and or whatever mod. I appreciate dealing with that. Should be noted the Heaven Hill thing came out in a 1-liter screw. Yeah. I love that, Steve. Boy, that was a banhammer. You were just like, oh, you know, that comment's not any good. You know what? Actually, no, you're not any good. That was good. No, I'm sure it tastes delicious, brother. And frankly speaking, like, if it weren't such a sexist title, I would love to make a video that was and maybe I would just change the title to something. But the idea is like how to get your wife into whiskey. I would love to make a video like that. But there's no way that I, as a white man, can ever make a video like that without just getting some flack, you know? But maybe I will anyway. Because who cares? But I don't know. Well, Steve, if you'd like to unhide him, that's totally fine. I'm willing to give him another shot. Yeah, no, I guess it is called I Whiskey She Wines, but no, and I'm sure that they did. But like, I'm not doing a stream with my wife either. Like, she doesn't like whiskey. So to some degree, I would have to convince her to drink pretty much anything that I tell her to, until she finally liked it, and then I'd have to do my research with some of the other, you know, moms in the area or something like that. Try to figure it out, because like, I don't like just making stuff up. I know I could, you know, but like, that's not me, and that's not what this channel has ever been about. If I give like a, you know, beginner buying guide, like, I've tried all of those whiskeys and I believe that they're all good. Same kind of thing. I wouldn't want to be like, oh, have your wife try these random whiskeys because they're sweet. It's like, no, like, that doesn't mean that they're gonna like them. So I don't know. Doing something like Crown Royal Peach. I mean, Sam's head over heels about that, and I've never actually tried it. I would guess it's probably delicious. So, David, you're getting another chance. Don't be a dick. Oh, never mind. I guess you are. Whatever. Thanks for watching, Dave. Appreciate it. All right, I'm not going to kind of push myself on that one too much. But actually, you know what I will do? Just for the heck of it. It's not like it's too high ABV. It's only 46%. I'm going to add just a little bit. Hey! I Whiskey She Wines. Is that Bobby or is that Sam? I'm going to add like a good amount of water to this and just see if it does anything different to it. I was just talking about you. So Bobby and or Sam, you should also look for an email tonight. Hey, Sam. All right, I'm gonna pick another one because it's about time. What time is it? 9:40. Perfect. Right on time. I've gotten 4 done. It's been 40 minutes, 10 minutes per drink. Come on, Ardbeg Black. Come on, Ardbeg Black. Aww. Oh, cool. All right. Actually, I'm excited about this one. I was a little let down when I felt the shape of the bottle. Oh, I'm sorry. So let me just put this up, actually, at least because it's fun. So this is the Antiquary 12-year-old product of Scotland. So this is the top one here. Actually, you can't see my mouse, but whatever. The top one on that list. Bill's email tonight is going to be hilarious. Oh, I'm sure it will be, Matt, and you'll be getting one as well. The one fun thing is I always have fun ideas, and luckily there's a lot of cool whiskey tubers out there who are willing to indulge me. To that same degree, actually, I'm excited to see whatever ADHD whiskey is doing next. I mean, I know what he's doing with the Shark Tank, but until we actually kind of get that invite going on, I'm excited to see what that's going to be. And Matt, more than likely, the email's just not going to happen because I'm going to forget. Oh, Kilco. Yeah, you're kind of an uncool whiskey tuber. Bust a deal, face the woo. Oh, I'm sorry, Matt. If I knew that you actually wanted this whiskey, I would have mailed it over to you in a second. But it's also only a sample, so I know that you're a bottle guy. You're similar to me. So Jason Busey, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Or Busey? I'm guessing Busey. That beard is mighty, by the way, Jason. Holy crap. Look at that thing. You need to be a Viking. Just all the time. All right, so the smell on this, it smells like an underaged scotch, honestly. It smells a little bit is raw, like something I can say. It smells like a, what does it smell like? I need to get better with my scotch descriptors, so I'm going to think about this one for a moment. Yeah, I have no clue. I'm terrible at this. All right, so what this? Well, let me try it, and then maybe the taste will help define the nose. So cheers, guys. And actually, yeah, some people are in the chat are saying, this one's to you, Bobby and Sam. I'm glad you guys are back. You were sorely missed. So cheers to you, especially Bobby, not Sam. A little bit Sam, but mostly Bobby. Get my shit together. Nah. Man, all right. So the taste on this is very good. Like deceiving that the nose is not. Taste is better than the nose, kind of thing. But I'm trying to place something so you guys have better than just, hey, this tastes pretty good. But I'm really not sure. I guess maybe a little bit of honey, but like it's like a raw honey. It's not like I describe honey kind of in two different ways on the channel. There's honey that would be like at a farmer's market where like that dude just peeled it out of the hive this morning and like squished it into a jar. And then there's honey that you get in like the Little Bear, right, at the grocery store. This is definitely much more like the former. Hey, thanks, Richie. Actually, I've lost about 10 pounds, actually, since the last time you guys saw me on stream. Well, that's not true. I streamed last week. I've lost about 10 pounds in the last week and a half. So thank you. Appreciate that. I've started, like, exercising a lot more and eating better because whiskey makes you fat. It just does. Whiskey and working too much make you fat. And for those of you skinny guys out there drinking along with me, then, I'm sure you're just aching to gain some weight and build some muscle, but nah, I'm losing some weight and I'm aiming for about 30 pounds. So with any luck, I'll get there. I think I can. Yeah, puffs and drams. A lot of it is technically whiskey is keto, but whiskey is also loaded with sugar. Yeah. So, you're right. An ounce is about 70 calories, but I've already had 5 whiskeys tonight. Yeah. So, it's not healthy. I mean, I don't think any of us are convinced that alcohol is healthy for you, but, waking up late because you were drinking, filming, or working too much, or doing the extra work at night, I don't know, need to complain. Either way, thank you very much, Richie, for the compliment. And hopefully you guys see me continue to lose some weight. You know what part of the onus for that was, actually, is I was looking at some of my old videos. It was right around the time that I did my 5-year anniversary video, which was back in March. and I was looking at some of my intro videos, which was right after my first daughter was born. And I was much skinnier. I was around probably 220 pounds, which I'm 6'3". You know, the least I've been in the last 20 years is about 217 pounds. And at that point, I'm actually like starting to show just a hint of a six pack. So I feel like the least I could really realistically weigh is like 200 pounds. And that would be with very little muscle. So anyway, I'm aiming for 220 again. I got up to about 260. There was a point in my life where I was was almost 300 pounds. I actually never saw it on the scale, but I'm pretty sure I was there. So when I hit 300 pounds, you guys don't really care about this, but whatever, I'm going to tell you about it anyway. So when I hit 300 pounds, I went to the doctor, took my blood, and the guy told me I had a fatty liver, which I went and Googled, and that's no good. That's not a thing you want. So I decided to lose weight, and I lost 80 pounds in 5 months, and it was insane. I was working out every single day. I was eating exactly what you're supposed to eat, and that was it. That's all it really took. Not that that's a small amount, but there was no magic to it. You just work out every day for like a half hour to an hour. And for the most part, I was lifting. Just, bragging rights, whatever. My personal record deadlift was 300 pounds, which actually, funny story about that. So as I was going for my personal record on deadlift, I got to 285, and then I got sick, and I had to have my appendix out, and then I had to recover. And the whole thing took probably about 4 weeks. And I was okay. I felt 100% better, and I went back to the gym, and obviously had lost some muscle. And I did like one set, and I think I did like 250, and that was a struggle. And so for the whole week, every day I added another 10 pounds. And I know that's totally not the way you're supposed to do it, but I was worried that I was very worried that I was going to hit like a blocker and not be able to hit that 300 pound goal, which I had set for myself like 2 years prior. I was working to it all the time. Not 2 years. It was like a year. Anyway, so it was like 280, and then I went the next day, and I was like, screw it, I'm just going to lift 300 pounds, and I did it once, and I said, you know what, this doesn't count if I can't do it a second time. And I did it a second time, and then I've never been able to lift that much weight again since then. So that was a fun one. But yeah, so lost a whole bunch of weight. Holy crap, Jason, you dropped from 500. What are you down to now, Jason? I'm curious. DH Silv, you're a jerk. But totally good burn. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, Kilco. Yeah. And for what it's worth, I'm not like I'm clearly not like a guy in good shape, but for all of you that drink with me all the time, like consider like doing something every day or like 3 times a week. Really, that's realistic. Doing any half hour of workout 3 times a week will make a world of difference. Not gonna preach, more just saying, like I talk to a lot of you guys. It seems like most of us drink almost every night. If you're gonna drink like that, you gotta do something, otherwise you're gonna die. So don't die. I'd miss you guys. All right, so I used to be able to run faster, jump higher, dive deeper, and come out drier and never sleep at night. Then I turned 64. Well, yeah, Wheels, you're a skinny guy and you get a good workout all the time. Yeah, I've thought about that, Matt, but like I just don't really know. So Jason, that's freaking awesome, buddy. That's 100 pounds is still damn impressive. Keep it up. I'm happy. And consider the fact that your beard is about 30 pounds. So, and plus you probably have like a cheeseburger hiding in there. If I were you, I would totally hide snacks in there. It's like, Over the last 2 years, I've gone from skinny fat to pretty fit. 3 workouts a week, not intense. Eat sensibly, but not too restrictive. And I have a Drama nightly. Exactly, Puff. And if you do that, like, you're fine, I've actually been riding a bike because I don't look like it. I can go out right now and go run 5 miles. Like, I've been a runner for a really long time. My legs are, like, beastly. But I just am still pretty fat because I love to eat. And I love to indulge, and hedonism is practically my middle name. So, that's my vice, but 100 miles running last month. So let's see, 100. So that's like a 3 mile average a day. That's damn good. That's really good, Gerald. Especially because do you run every day, Gerald, or do you run like 5 times a week, take the weekends off, kind of thing? Well, so running is painful if you're overweight. So ride a bike. You can buy bikes, like, unless you're like really really big, and even that is like you have to be like pretty big. I remember when I was shopping for bikes recently. I just bought a bike probably like two weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. They had bikes that were good for people up to 450 pounds. So you really don't have an excuse. I mean, they've got big old fat tires, but sure, you need it. Who cares? And frankly, bikes look weird nowadays anyway. Everybody's got weird looking bikes, so you could totally make it work. Running legit hurts me. Even hurt me when I was in shape. Yeah, DH Silva. If you're pretty, that's tough. If you got weak knees or something like that, it's tough. Now, I used to rock climb all the time, and my arms, like, they don't really look like much at the moment, but rock climbing I'm pretty natural at that. Actually, I've got long arms. We call it the ape. What is it? Ape. Crap. What do they call it? It was the ape measure or ape metric or ape. No, it rhymed with ape. I don't know. Whatever. It's like if you have longer arms than you normally should, you're really, you can reach a lot more holds than you're supposed to. And suddenly things that are like 5'10s, 5'11s are a little bit easier unless they're really super pinchy. So, no, you didn't miss much, Scott. We're more just talking about being fat. Not a problem you gotta deal with. Whiskey flex, yeah. No, it's yeah. Man, I know that I have you guys to help like deal with the modding, but it's so distracting that they even make it a different color. I get why they do, but like if I'm trying to read the comments, it's so distracting to have people just post crap. Yeah, exactly, right? So like when I like, can you guys all look at the chat for just a moment? Like, even if you're watching this on the replay, go load up the chat. And I think it's going to probably show you the person who was just booted. And, like, nobody with a name like that is going to contribute anything reasonable to any conversation. So, anyway, I don't know. Watch the video. Mason rock climbing for his arms and back work. Yeah, man, rock climbing is the best. I freaking loved it. I know I'm probably coming up on time here. Although I don't. What's today? Today's Friday. I think Bourbon Blind goes on in about a half hour. I think ADHD Whiskey usually comes on right after me. So I'll tell like one more story, and then I don't know. Maybe I'll. Let me do this. Hold on. Matt, you're not missing out on a whole lot. It's okay. It's a mediocre 12-year-old Scotch. All right, let's pick one more whiskey, and then we'll keep talking here. I wish I could zoom in on that. I'm afraid to touch anything, though. My setup is pretty. Oh, you can't see people booted. Anyway, his name is Weak Ass N-Word. So, let's pick this guy. What are you? Oh, man, I got so excited. When it was one of these from Mark. So this is the Sazerac, which may very well be fantastic. I know nothing about it, but I just was so hoping it was going to be an Ardbeg. Wow. So you've done 550 on a deadlift, man? Holy crap, that's impressive. And I get that you're heavy, but like, that's still impressive. Being heavy only accounts for so much. You know what it was? I've recently started working out a little bit more too, other than just the fact that I'm not happy with my weight gain. But I'm 37. That's not too old. It's nothing really. But I've just now started realizing that I can't just lift anything that I look at because my muscles are atrophying a little bit. Am I a guest on Bourbon Blind? Not that I know of. Although I would totally go join him. I got nothing else going on. I just don't like to step on other whiskey tubers. I call it professional courtesy. But anyway, so I can't just like lift everything I look at anymore. I can almost lift most things, and realistically, I could probably pull it off if I had like my wife watching or something, but I have to start thinking whether I can lift something, and that's not the way I've been. And I get maybe that's just getting older. I don't like it, so I want to get fat. I want to get like fit again. I said fat. The actor from the show Outlander helped create blended Scotch whiskey. That's just not true. Unless it's, oh, maybe it's just this one. Okay, I see. I was like, blended Scotch whiskey in general? Like, nobody that's alive helped invent this. All right, so the Sazerac blended Scotch whiskey is a 46% ABV. Mark, this is the first one I'm drinking from you, so thank you. Oh, yeah, that's all right. You're in the chat, so awesome. Team Talisker might be under. So here's part of the problem. Maybe I should do this myself. Actually, I've got all these empties. Maybe I should Yeah, you know, like I said, I'm about two. I think I'm at 256 right now. So if you can lift 256, then you can lift me. Which would be hilarious. The amount of people who have actually been able to lift me as an adult, it's always a weird feeling for me because I'm a huge dude. Like, I'm big. I'm like 6'3". You know, you those of you that see me in person, like I'm a big dude. People who can lift me up, it's always a weird sensation for me. That and people who are taller than me. Yeah, that's always a weird sensation. Those of you out there that are really tall, you know what I'm talking about. When you're like 6'3" and you run into a dude that's like 6'8", you're like, yes, sir. Let's go. Like, yeah, no, what do you need? It's very bizarre for me. Actually, you know, now that you think about it, I could lift myself. I could probably lift myself now. At least as a deadlift. I definitely couldn't overhead press myself. Not a chance. I couldn't bench myself. I could throw myself over my own shoulder and throw me. That's about it. Yeah. Cheers to all of you trying to lose weight. Ooh, that's tasty. Ooh, the finish on that's even better. Hey, Mark, or anybody who's interested, could you tell me what's in the Sazerac? What blended scotches are in there? Yeah, Ed is tall. Ed's taller than me. Obviously, Jason. Ed is huge. A real 6'10", not NBA 6'10". That's good. So the nose on this is interesting. It's almost a pear, but it's not. It's sweeter. It's like I guess a candied pear. It feels like a cop out though. There's got to be something more descriptive there. My new phone actually lets me super chat. So here you go. Hey Richie, thank you so much. Appreciate that, dude. Richie, you and I have been talking for years at this point. It's like, I remember Joe. Was it Joe R? I think Joe R. Joe R and I used to yell like hi at each other every single stream. And then you started getting in on the whole action. And now it's just you and me. Is it Joe R? I think it's Joe R. Ed is like 18 inches or more tall. Yeah, Matt, how tall are you, Matt? Because I don't really have a good sense of that. Like, I'm just tall, so people that are shorter than me are everybody who's shorter than me is 5'2". All right, so it just says Highland Scotch. Let me keep looking. All right, let me know. So you're 5'6". All right, cool. So, well, so yeah, and that's a good point. Actually, my very first car. All right, so this brings up an interesting point. My very first car had the same problem as my newest truck. So I had a paper route when I was 12, and I saved up money. I was saving like $3,000 a year, roughly, from the time I was 12 until the time I was 18. So that's 4 times 3 is $12,000. My parents gave me a little deal, you know, right when I turned 15 and a half or so. They basically said, hey, for every A that you get on your report card, we'll give you $300 towards a car. For every B, we'll give you $100, and every C, we'll take away $100. Now, I was not a straight A student. I was probably a solid B student, so I wasn't too worried about C's, although they happened, and an A felt like a win. I don't remember quite how much I got from that, but like, let's say I got another like $2,000 out of it. And so I took all that money, and it was just about $16,000 all said and done. And there was this red Mustang convertible. And I remember I wanted this thing so bad. I drove by, it was a used car lot, it was right in the front, and it was like 16.5. And I talked to the guy, and I was like, look, you know, I've got, of course, you don't tell him what you actually have. I was like, I have $15,750. That's all I have, every dime. And I want to buy this car. And the guy said, okay, I think we could probably make that work. And let's go take it for a test drive. I went and sat in it, and tall guys will know what I'm talking about. When you sit in a car and you're too tall, your head just does this, like up against the roof, and it's the worst. It's so disappointing because you're like, I can't even pretend to make this thing comfortable. Even if you like really pull the seat back, it's still like right above your head, you know? And it's just awful. And weak ass effer. You guys are on your game tonight. Thank you. So yeah, it is what it is, Charles. I'm not going to pretend I didn't grow up with some privilege. So I did. You know, my parents were comfortable. You know, my dad had a great job, and whatever. It is what it is. So anyway, so I didn't get that, and instead, I did not realize at the time that it was kind of a chick car. But instead, I tried a Pontiac Sunfire convertible, and I loved it. It was a forest green or metallic green, and it was like a dark green. And I tried it, and it was awesome. I really wanted to get a convertible sports car of some sort, and that was my first car. I think I paid like $12,500 for it, something like that. It was less, but I'm always still sad that I didn't get that Mustang. Part of me realizes that as a 16-year-old man driving a red Mustang convertible, I would have gotten pulled over so many times. But I also got pulled over a lot of times in my Sunfire. So, yeah, the Sunfire was really good. I'm not even going to pretend that it wasn't kind of a girly car. What really sealed the deal for me, though, this is kind of funny. So, I think it was like, must have been junior year, right, when I got that car. Hold on. So far, I found that it was matured in Madeira wine casks. Okay. All right. I don't know. It's got something going on. Again, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Speyburn, bourbon cask, or the bourbon, bourbon companion, the companion cask. That's what it is. A little bit, but anyway. So the thing that sealed it for me when I realized that I had maybe made a mistake in the car that I bought was there was this girl. Her name's Jennifer. She was blonde. She was fine. You know, she was attractive, all this stuff. But, like, she was very girly. And she pulled up next to me in my parking spot in high school, which we all had assigned parking spots. And she also had a Sunfire convertible, which was a light color green. It was, like, the exact same car as mine, just a lighter version. And she made that thing girly. And next to my car, it accentuated the fact that it might not have been the manliest car. And knowing I could have had a red Mustang convertible just killed my soul. So, first car was a 1996 Maxima. It was 2001, 2, and I had just 175,000 miles on it. Wow. That's a lot. So let's see, my cars were I've had a lot of cars actually. I had a Pontiac Sunfire. I had a Mazda 626. Then I had an RX-8, Mazda RX-8, which was freaking awesome. I loved that car. Which is also funny because you wouldn't think I would fit in an RX-8 if I didn't fit in the Pontiac, but somehow I did. Then I had a Jeep Patriot. Then I drove my wife's RAV4 for a while. Felt like a lesbian, but that's fine. And then I now I have my Toyota Tundra. So I'm making up for a lot of years of small kind of sporty cars, and now I just have a big, huge red truck, and it's freaking awesome. Love it. All right, so that's a little after 10 o'clock. How about this? I want to give something away. What should I do? What should I do to give something away? I'm gonna give away one of my little glass toppers. because they're awesome. Hold that thought for 1 sec. I'll show you. All right, so I'm gonna give one of these guys away. They just right into the Glencairn. They're awesome. I've had a few people message me telling me that they saved their whiskey when they accidentally knocked it over because they happened to have it in. But what should I do? How about this? You guys have just been awesome. Why don't I do this? I'm going to... Actually, you know what, Steve? That's a great idea. All right, here's the deal. Join the Discord over the next hour. It's 10:07, so we'll call it 11 o'clock, so 53 minutes. Over the next hour, go into the Discord, go into the Whiskey Dictionary channel, and just say, Bill is awesome. Everybody who comments that Bill is awesome will get entered into a random selection thing, and I'll send you one out. That way I have a way to contact you. That's a big part of the reason that the Discord matters. So... All right, I don't know who this guy is, but at least he's creative with his names. That was actually hilarious. So his name is Get a Haircut Bald Bitch. Oh, that was freaking hilarious. Thank you, Steve and Matt. I know you guys are on top of it, and anybody else who's a mod, I appreciate it. But that name was good. Yeah, it happens. You should pick the furthest north chatter. Oh, Chris. Yeah, it's probably Swami. Although Swami's not in here, I don't think. All right, so what's my favorite place I ever had whiskey? I gotta say, I've told the story a couple times before, and I know I'm over my time, but I don't really care. Actually, hold on 1 sec, because I do feel like a jerk if I'm like interrupting people. Who's live right now? All right, so ADHD Whiskey's live right now, so I'll only take 2 more seconds. My favorite place to ever drink whiskey was probably actually my first whiskey I ever had. It was on a cruise ship. I had Wild Turkey 101. I've told this story a few times on the channel before. Or maybe Wild Turkey 81. I had it in a Manhattan. And it was the first time I ever had whiskey. It was memorable because of the location. It was down in the Caribbean, and it was fantastic. So, all right, just a quick reminder. Anybody who's interested or happens to be a little behind, if you want to win a glass topper, then go into the Discord and go into the Whiskey Dictionary channel and just say Bill is awesome or some sort of complimentary phrase. Just make my inflate my ego because it's not big enough. All right, thank you all for joining me here on the Whiskey Dictionary tonight. This has been a lot of fun. The Wheel of Doom is always a good time. A lot of whiskey is found and drank and wonderful. So if for some reason you would like to contribute to the Wheel of Whiskey, then just send me a private message or send me an email at thewhiskeydick@gmail.com, and I will talk to you soon. Cheers. Super awkward ending. Cheers.